Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcome you to my series Iconology and Temple Architecture Perspectives. In this series, we visit different sites. We gather information from the local guide, from local boards, local literature. Then we come back after videography and photography. We take information from Google. Most of the information which we take is from the public domain, free of any royalties. So at initial stage, I acknowledge with thanks all of them from whom I have got this information. Now certain disclaimers. The information given in this, as I told you, has come from the public domain or from the guides or from the literature. I have not expressed any of my opinion in this series. I just narrated whatever is in front of me. So I acknowledge with thanks all of them from whom I have got this information. With this brief, let's get going to the caves. Now, whether we go to Ellora or whether we go to Ajanta, there are a lot of caves. Each cave has got a story, philosophy to tell you. So all this thing cannot be adjusted in one lecture. We got series of lecture on this topic, which covers in different lecture, different topics. Do visit our website or YouTube channel to get the information, and whichever is your informative topic, whichever topic you want to get more information, then you can visit that particular lecture. With this brief, let's go to details. Now, early history of Vihara is unknown. What does it mean? Viharas were there or not, whether any cave was used for viharas or not, this information we started getting from 100 year before Common Era. So if you can take from today, it is practically 2100 year back. That was the first time when I got a documented evidence of any cave being used as a vihara. Then monasteries in the form of caves are dated to centuries before the start of Common Era. This is what just now we discussed for Ajivikas, Buddhists and Jainas. They were using these caves. They were a bit away from the civilization. They want to do meditation. They want to live a peaceful life. So they were using this for their ritual work, for their prayer, for their meditations, etc. These belong either to the group Ajivikas, Buddhist or Jainas, or those who follow Jainism. The rock-cut architecture found in the cave Vihara is from 2nd century BCE and have root to the Mayura Empire at certain regions. We are now at Ellora and Verul. Maybe there are caves at other regions which may be earlier than that. So that is not a topic of today's discussion. Today's topic we are restricting to the caves of Ellora. In and around Bihar state of India, there are a group of residential caves or monuments which can be dated from pre-Common Era, reflecting the Mayura architecture. Some of these have Brahmi inscriptions which confirm their antiquity, that is the beginning. But the inscriptions were likely added in pre-existing caves. So they do not reflect exactly when the cave started in the use. They just indicate when it was inscripted. The oldest layer of Buddhist and Jain text mention legends of Buddha and Jain Tirthankaras or Shamanas. So these were the people who were using it, and these were the people who has documented it. Then monks were living in the caves. If these records derived from the oral, there are two types of ways in which the information can be transferred. From mouth to mouth, a guru tells, Shishya listens. So this is the one way, that is oral, and non-oral derives either from the inscriptions or sometime it is written at some or the other places, like on the copper plates or otherwise. But they accurately reflects from what stage these things are coming. So in other words, if these records derived from the Ellora tradition accurately reflect the significance of monks and caves in times of Buddha and Mahavira, then caves residence tradition dates back to at least 5th century. So you got it. It is up to the belief what school we are following. One school if you are following, it can be dated as old as 5th century BCE, before Common Era. So that comes to 2600 years back. The legends of first Buddhist council is dated to a period just after the death of Buddha. It mentions monks gathering at the cave near Rajgiri, and this dates it in pre-Mauryan times. So again, it differs from scholar to scholar. However, the square courtyard and the cell architecture of Vihara is dated to the Mauryan period. That's fine. The earlier monastic residences of Ajivikas, then Buddhists and Hindus and Jains were likely outside rock cliffs and made of temporary material, and that has not survived. Mostly of the wood that has not survived, but they were possibly using it. The earliest known gift of the immovable property for monastic purpose ever recorded in the Indian inscription is credited to Emperor Ashoka, and it is a donation to the Ajivikas. Those shelters were nominally accompanied by donations of revenues from villages nearby who would not work and support these cave residents with the food and services. So what they were doing, they were working for them, they were gathering food for them, and they were giving them place for residence also, but these people were staying outside the cities. The Karli inscription date to the 1st century CE, where donation to the cave is given by a near village that has supported the ascetic livings of the caves at Verulaka. That is the Karli, the earlier name was Verulaka, without any discrimination of sect of origin. So what does it indicate? People were giving them places, people were working for them, people were supporting them. So all these things done by near villages, and they did not have any something like a distinction of the set of origins. They were supporting those who were coming there, those who were doing some ritual work, they were supported. It is irrespective of their origin, from which part of the country they are coming, of what type of people they are. Buddhist texts from the Bengal dates to the centuries later use the term Ashram Vihara or Agrahara Vihara. So these were terms given by the Buddhists. We are going into the history, inscripted history of monasteries, that when it started, how it developed, and how it has reached to the stage where we are studying today, the caves. The Buddhist viharas or monasteries may be described as residence for monks, a center for religious work, meditation, and a center for Buddhist learning. Reference to 5 kinds of dwellings, that is the Pancha Lenani, namely Vihara, Adyayoga, Pasada, Himya, and Guha. 5 correct. Is found in the Buddhist canonical text as a fit place for the monks where they can stay. Of these, only the Vihara monasteries and Guha caves have survived. Remaining were not survived, or they are of the perishable material, maybe of wood or something. At some stage of Buddhism, like other Indian religions, traditions, the wandering monks of the Sangha dedicated to ascetism and monastic life wandered from place to place. During the rainy season, it is not possible for them to move from one place to another place, so they were taking shelter, but most probably they were not the permanent resident. They were moving from one place to another place. In Buddhist theory related to the rebirth and merit earning, it was considered an act of merit, not only to feed a monk but also to shelter them. That's why people were supporting them. That's why people were feeding them. That's why people were working for them. Sumptuous monasteries were created by rich devotees at that time. Most of them were kings, then they were village people, they were merchants. Let's get going to see them. This is the main entrance by which we have to go inside. A very peaceful premises. It is outside the town, within the forest. You can see all big trees, and it's really wonderful in a rainy season. Though I have gone in May, still you can appreciate the greenery. Now let's have a look at these. This we are seeing as a three-storied. Again here it is three-storied. Cave number 12, Ellora, a multi-storied rock-cut vihara. You can see a beautiful decorations. Three-storied. There is internal staircase. Different numbers. It can be single-storied, it can be two-storied, or it can be three-storied. All these three types are available. These are the roads in between two. From one you will have to move to the another. You can call Leni, Gufa or cave. Gufa is Hindi, Leni is a local language, Marathi. This is a roadmap which guides you to go to different caves. With that, we are coming to end of this lecture. I hope I have given some information to you. In case if you have some more information, please give it to me. But next time when you will go to see all these things, keep in mind at least the some information I have given you. You can gather there more information, you can spend more time, and you can find out the more detailed inscriptions, more detailed informations, more detailed carvings, more detailed paintings. In that case, definitely I have achieved my aim. Thank you, goodbye, and good luck. Take care.